Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly vid. Today we got after crowd, that was the biggest one, and you'll see very beautiful 322 below 38320, and then boom, 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 boom. Takes them all out in one go, and you can see as you take these out, price speeds up. So we're just going to take a look at the price action. They took them out, triangle out, and then get some guys trapped in here long, and then here's your fiver down, which we mentioned in the morning. There's the 325er down here as well, and you can see just boom, 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 takes them all out. Then you had the country western into the afternoon. So we'll see. They obviously have triangled out the daily. They could go inside tomorrow, more than likely, but here's your broad information. Airbnb was also pretty nice on the 322 list. Upstart closes as a momentum hammer for tomorrow to confirm a inside week and up in force. And in the morning, there was the 3 on 260, and then they chopped it up a little bit. We also had the short off the 2215 there in the morning, which I closed for like $60. So nothing too big there. As far as strength goes, we saw in the healthcares a big 3-2 back into the daily 3 there. So healthcares are starting to come back through, and we could have picked up on this a little better in the morning. You'll see they go 2 up, then the second 60 goes 2 up, closing up and out of the morning 60 with the Momo hammer. Then they go 2 up again, and then 2 up again, and then slight corrective activity, and here's the inside bar at the end of the day. Compare that to the SPY, you'll see that it goes 2 up and then 2 down, relatively weaker compared to XLV, and then 2-2 reversal to the upside, and up they went. So notice this one took out the morning lows. Qs took out the morning lows. If you go to XLK Tech, did not. So there's your inside 60 relative strength. Go to the SMH semis, did not. There's your 60 relative strength. And anything that looked like that in the semis, such as TER, that was something to go after. If we go to let me AMAT, I believe. Yeah, AMAT was also in there as well. And we got a NVIDIA, kind of grinded around, didn't do too much. Notice no actionable 60s until the end of the day. And AMD was one we were watching at the open, which was also really nice. Was able to go 15 momentum hammer, get going. So there was a lot of good stuff today. And really, if you're trading those indexes, that 222 SPY with the Qs, simultaneous break, and up they went. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Dow Jones, you'll see, was a 3260, and then inside 60 with the day in force, takes out the week, puts that in force, and the month and puts that in force. So Dow Jones is now reconfirming the rest of the market, finally getting a 2 there. IDBM has not quite done that yet, but it is breaking 2 up today as well, closer to last week's high. So we'll see. Got to get out last month's range. Now, going into tomorrow, we will have some rev strats here. Amazon, it's going to be at all-time highs. There's a rev strat hammer 3122 on the day setting up. In the healthcares, you see the healthcares going up. ALGN might have this rev strat day in here to get it moving. If you go to PODD in the healthcares, you also have the rev strat there, and you can see your daily broadening information, obviously, with this 3. So that would get it back into it. If we then go to the technologies, GoDaddy, which is gapping down, so not looking like that one's going to be an enforced signal tomorrow. There's also PanW with the rev strat hammer day, but still you can see 2 down weeks, so maybe a potential outside week, just not as much magnitude and no monthly signals. It does have the inside quarter. Outside of that, we have some consumer stuff. So IP and the consumer cyclicals, slight rev strat PMG sets up, small account guys, and then Monster with the rev strat PMG, or the rev strat day, which could bring its inside week up in force, but still be dead stuck on the month. So meh. Outside of that, one thing of note, we did talk about the utilities, and you'll see in the morning they did not go 2 to the downside. So this inside bar break stays good. In the morning, you had the 31260 here, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, boom, takes out the highs. Why does that happen even though it's an inside day is your question? Because when you have this 3 that forms, and then you can get out of that 3, once that's in expansion and this broadening formation is getting bigger, it's going to take that out. So it does. And thus, it reconfirmed the inside break, puts the week in force, now rev strat month, PMG week. So utility is something we want to know about. WEC will have a bit of a hammer down at the bottom of its range, and you'll see this. Just a slight penny lower and then back in, which is more than enough for us. So that could really get flying if the utilities start going. In the utilities, we're going to have CEG. Sorry about that. It's going to be the inside weekend in force, hammer counter shooter day setting up. You'll have EVRG, which is a 3-1-2 weekend force, still an inside month. And then we have some that we normally are talking about. So Duck got flying off the hammer week. Pivot machine gun, so it still has range to go after. And NEE, which is also hammer counter shooter week, but double inside month, so not quite as strong. Or if you compare that to Duck, that's potential 3-month. Compare that to like CEG, that's potential inside month and up. So we want to go after the ones that can take those monthly signals in force for us. There's also going to be AWK. You'll see the inside month, so a lot of inside months in those utilities. You got an ES, that's a potential rev strap month. PCG, so it's a little bit more stuck than the rest of them, but also potential rev strap month. So a lot of utilities are trying to do that, and therefore, when you go to the StratAlert site tomorrow, what you can scan for is 2-up day in the utilities with full time from continuity. That's what we want to go after. You can also scan for last month and last week's highs to get the stronger ones. Outside of that, going into tomorrow, got some inside days. So on the inside days with the healthcares going today, we see that ABV setting up back through previous range, 3-1. We'll have TMO in the healthcares. Also inside day towards the bottom of its weekly range. So daily to potentially set up weekly signals for next week if they're going to recover that. In the tech, Microsoft inside day with the slight pivot machine gun. That's something I want to know about. You'll see the month continuity, the year continuity, very green. So that can get greener. Oracle will be a 3-1, a little bit of a mother bar problem, but it is a 3-1. Also technology. And then Intel went inside today from the strat attack, so we'll see if that one wants to get moving again as well. Notice bright green long bars, right? So really big bars, and then the inside bar. These are the most powerful ones, so we definitely want to know about that. And then in the financials, which we've seen going, you'll have the inside day financials. And that tells you to look at JP Morgan inside day. It tells you to look at Wells Fargo inside day, which is slightly weaker. We know that. We go to Citigroup. Citigroup's still gunning. So notice they bought Monday, came back Tuesday, and then they're still coming back to buy more. So monthly signals still going. Morgan Stanley still gunning. Notice they bought Monday, came back Tuesday. That's where I bought it, and then they came back Wednesday to buy more. If we go to make sure, yeah. So Bank of America, we already got that. All right, so that does cover the financials. As far as I'm aware here, I'm just double checking to make sure. So Bank of America, SCHW, Wells Fargo, which is relatively a little bit weaker. Outside of that, there's a few industrials. DE, which was puking before, takes out its monthly bottom of the try, goes inside on the day, which will either confirm or negate what was previously happening. CSX in the industrials, also looking similar with a daily pivot machine gun setting up. And I believe those are the only two in the industrials there. Yeah, so that's about it. Utilities, if they're going to keep going, SO also has a little inside day for the 3-2-2 week. So that covers all that we want to talk about tonight. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Hope you guys have I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Adios.